Tories can win London. Shaun Bailey helps London get rid of Labour dominated by removed Khan. Tories can win London. Shaun Bailey slams Khan in brutal attack on tired leadership. Former Conservative London Mayor candidate Shaun Bailey launched a brutal takedown of Sadiq Khan, saying how Londoners are tired of being fed the politics of the Labour mayor. Speaking to Nigel Farage's Talking Pints about his unsuccessful mayoral election campaign to replace Labour's Sadiq Khan, Mr Bailey explained how London can be won by the Conservative Party and that people are tired of Sadiq Khan's policies and want practical conversations. He went on to attack the London press for misrepresenting London as a Labour voting city before suggesting that there are more Conservative voters out there than people would think. Mr Farage asked Mr Bailey if the Conservative Party can win London back from Sadiq Khan's Labour. The candidate replied, "Yes they can, and I can tell you why they can win it back. My result showed me that people are beginning to tire of the stuff they are being fed, people are beginning to challenge it." He went on to say how Rasta stopped me in the street to tell him "You're that Tory boy." Mr Bailey said how the man claimed I might have to vote Tory, adding which for him was a big step. He said, "So I said why, and he said we are not having a realistic conversation about the challenges that the black community face." Mr Bailey went on to explain, "There is a groundswell of people in London who just want to have a practical conversation about their needs. Not be told that they are racists, sexist or any other racist because they don't agree with the zeitgeist." He added, "They just want London to work, and by extension, the whole country. Those people are there and they can be got." The former Conservative candidate also went on to claim how the press wrote me off, insisting that London's media claimed London is a Labour city. But Mr Bailey insisted that it is in fact the London-based press that is Labour-dominated, and how the capital is not and is misrepresented as a left-leaning city. He went on to joke that he would have to ask the wife for permission to run again as London mayor candidate. At the London mayoral elections in May, Sadiq Khan won the race for mayor, securing a second term with 1,206,034 votes, 55.2% of the vote. Mr Khan beat second place and Tory rival Shaun Bailey, who received 44.8% of the vote, 977,601 votes. The results came amidst a backdrop of severe defeats for the Labour Party in local, regional and mayoral elections. Major losses included the Hartlepool by-election, which was won by the Conservative Party for the first time in its history, and numerous councils which fell to the Tories from Labour. The 2021 London mayoral election was held on the 6th of May 2021 to elect the Mayor of London. It was held simultaneously with elections for the London Assembly, other local elections across England and Wales, and devolved elections in Scotland and Wales. The mayoral and assembly elections were to be held on the 7th of May 2020, but in March 2020 the government announced the election would be postponed until 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Sadiq Khan was re-selected as the Labour candidate in 2018, the Conservative Party selected Shaun Bailey and the Green Party chose Shaun Bailey. Rory Stewart, a former Conservative MP and minister, ran as an independent before withdrawing due to the delay in the election. Siobhan Benita, who had been a Liberal Democrat candidate, also withdrew after the election delay. She was replaced as the party's candidate by Louisa Porritt. 20 candidates appeared on the ballot, more than in any previous election for the position. Sadiq Khan of the Labour Party was re-elected, winning 40% of first preference votes and 55% in a runoff against Bailey.